We might be live.
Yeah, we're live.
Doesn't really work on Instagram. And then I still can't figure out how to connect exactly to it on Facebook. Oh, there we are.
Yep. No, I just got to pop up on Instagram saying you're on there.
Okay, cool. Hey, what's up, Caleb? Hey, sorry I didn't answer your call, buddy. I've been running around as usual all day long. But I did pick up some stuff for you, so I'll send you Caleb. All right. Hold on, I got it playing two different places at once now. Anyway, yeah, Caleb. So I picked up a shirt and that raccoon, and I will send it out this week. But I'll let you know tomorrow. And you can Venmo me or Cash App or whatever you want to do. Look, I'm rising up from the pumpkin patch. And Caleb, by the way, though we don't have a guest tonight, we're just doing flower and garden, and I'm going to try out some slides. Hello, Karen, my friend. Hey, Karen, by the way, before I forget, DM me your mailing address, and Caleb, do the same. And I will send you some things. Whatever's easiest for you, Caleb. Whatever works for you. And anytime, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I don't really mind if, and I wouldn't charge. I've said that in the clubhouse before. If anyone ever needs me to pick anything up, I'm happy to do it. All right, so see, I don't know. I'm listening to audio now. It sounds good, so let's get going.
Yeah.
All right, hey guys, and welcome to the But Mostly Disney podcast. I am Tater, and with me is my buddy Andrew.
Hello, everybody. What's going on tonight?
So, Thursday this week, we had a long run of Tuesdays, and I'm pretty proud of that. We went 4 or 5 Tuesdays in a row, and I'm really excited that we were able to do that because that's not normal for my level of consistency anyway. Andrew, how's South Carolina?
Not bad. We got some nice weather going on. I think we had our last cold snap earlier in the week. It's been in the 70s. It's so nice to drive home from work with the sunshine out. And it's only going to get better from here. Get rid of this green fog we got around here from the pollen. But all in all, looking good.
Yep, getting back towards golf weather. I'm not a winter golfer. I went out a couple times. I will have a Disney video this Sunday, but last Sunday I'm reaching back into summer and into a video we did up in Sapphire Valley in the Smoky Mountains on the second wettest round of golf I've ever played, and it was a lot.
Well, the holes were filled with water, so I had to say it was pretty wet.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. I was like, wow, that's pretty bad.
It was unbelievable. And the guy swore 18 was going to dry up by the time we get there. And the last video of that ball in the hole was on 18. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But it's beautiful. And a day with my kid, isn't bad. So
it's always
I got nothing to complain about. Get these titles going here. I don't know why they're stopping. Ecamm updated some stuff and I feel like it changed some settings. Now I gotta redo everything to my liking. So Ecamm makes you work a little harder, but I think it's so much more powerful. I'm very pleased with it. Not a sponsor. I just like the software. All right. So this week we got a couple different things to talk about. I saw some Disney news stuff I wanted to talk about. Andrew, did you come up with anything for that?
Yeah, there was a bunch of Disney news from the was it a podcast fest they had? I can't remember.
By Southwest.
Yeah, that's what it was. Being a Star Wars guy, I'll start out with it. The Millennium Falcon's getting the Grogu Mandalorian overlay next year, which I'm looking forward to that because after you ride it a couple of times with old Hondo, it gets pretty repetitive, but that'd be cool to have. And there was Indiana Jones. They said the ride will be totally different. It will not be a mimic of the Disneyland ride, so that'll be awesome to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm
And
surprised.
Dino Land is 100% gone.
What's
It
that?
is Dino Land is gone. There's nothing left.
I was just there Monday morning. It was, and I'm of the opinion that it's okay. I'm not super sad about it, even though I know a lot of people liked it, and I liked it. I didn't
I
dislike
did
it.
too.
Uh,
My
but
kids
it,
liked it.
but then I came around that corner, and that giant brontosaurus was gone, and it was very, very odd. It was very
Hmm.
strange.
Yep. It was. We rode it for our Christmas trip. I even videoed my daughter. She sat in the front seat, and I sat in the back, and I videoed her while she rode it for one more time, and then we kind of walked through, and that was it. It's kind of like I'll get to see Muppets this last time in April, and it'll feel weird walking through there with it all boarded up and knowing it's being changed. But hey, Walt said if it stays the same, it's a museum. So
Well, and if you listen, I listened to with my mom in the car on the way back. We were listening to Lou's podcast with Brian. Was it Brian?
yeah,
Yeah. And he
pretty sure.
said that he took the other route, and I'm sure he's ready for some hate mail. But he took the other route that he thought Walt would be the first one to remove stuff like that. That he would have got, something's not working a little bit. Walt would get rid of it in a heartbeat without
Yeah,
hesitation. So
I think so too.
I don't like playing the "What would Walt do" game because I'm not sure. Um, I think he was an innovator, and I still think he still wanted to make some money, and I think he wanted things to change constantly. I I did ride uh, Rivers of America on, I was thinking it's the Liberty Bell. I always called it the Mark Twain, but Mark Twain narrates it. I did
Right.
ride that, and it was nice, and it was busy, like lots of folks on it. But the parks were busy. It was a lot of folks there.
I think it was the first week of spring break down there.
Yeah, it was. So we, as always, I don't always stick to a plan, and so we rope dropped Animal Kingdom. Well, I'll tell you that in a minute. I did want to say the the Monsters Inc. Roller coaster. I can't wait because one of
Oh,
my favorite things about Epcot was that Siemens roller coaster. Build your own roller coaster and the arm,
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
and they're totally using something like that for this, and I think it's going to be incredible. What's up, Andrew?
Mr. Prince.
So I'm really excited for that because then I can go ride that and have sushi all in one
Oh,
place.
Harryhausen's, yes.
That's right. It's going to be a good day.
Hmm.
So if you haven't watched, I guess it's the YouTube channel, what we call it, Imagineering. I wasn't subscribed to it, which I was
Yeah,
shocked.
me neither. I wasn't subscribed to it. I thought I was, but I wasn't.
But it's an awesome channel because we don't have TV, so we either watch streamed stuff or YouTube is our television, and that we call it Imagineering. It is Walt Disney Imagineering channel, and I love Bob Gurr. I was wearing a Bob Gurr shirt in the park the other day, so that was just really really cool. Um, but yeah, anything else coming up? Anything exciting?
Um, they had a lot released, if I remember correctly. Um, I think there was some cruise stuff too, wasn't there?
I can't remember now. I've had a busy week.
It's full moon tomorrow,
Oh, that's right.
a blood moon too.
Oh, that's right. Tough to be a bug is going away,
Yep,
and that
yep, yep.
that ride was a little creepy. Although that Hopper animatronic is incredible. Like that's next level.
Hmm.
I mean, that's still
Yeah, very
impressive.
much. I do know they had they talked some Marvel, if I remember correct. I think Robert Downey Jr. was there.
Yep.
They talked a little bit of the rides coming to Disneyland to the Avengers campus. Um, I think. Oh yeah, there's those new robots coming to Galaxy's Edge. I forget what they call them.
Or the little repair robots.
Yes, the repair robots because they had the the one Boba Frick from the last movie was riding one of them when they came in.
Oh, that
But they're
was
supposed to
pretty
be like,
cool with
yeah,
John
they're supposed to be
Favreau.
like
Yeah,
a,
yeah,
yep,
yeah.
yep. I think they're just going to roam the parks and they'll, if I remember correctly, they said they'll interact with droids and people. So it'd be pretty cool to see that. Which we were promised that. I should say promised, but they had mentioned that when they were going to open Galaxy's Edge that they were going to have droids roaming the park.
Which is as it should be.
Yeah. I think
it is interesting, like a different, and I don't know if it's just people or the amount of people or how it works, that in Disneyland they can have characters roam freely, and here we have to queue up for them. Like,
right.
you have to get in the line.
Yeah.
East Coast people just can't behave well, I think.
I guess not.
Or maybe just me. Maybe it's
they talked about the new Cars experience. They gave the sketches of the, I guess, the cars that are going to be running on the track. They were like look like Subarus to me.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. I mean, going around that. I love Davy Crockett. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And so that having that fort there, it just reminds me of that kind of thing. But gosh, I don't even know. Do kids even read Tom Sawyer anymore?
No, they don't.
Which is a shame.
Big shame.
Everything I know, I learned from
Davy Crockett and John Wayne.
That's right. Although technically, I'm more of a Clint Eastwood guy.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. All right, so I just got back from Flower and Garden, and it was awesome. And we were talking a little bit. Andrew and I don't talk all week. Like, we don't plan this. I know that's shocking. But we really get together maybe a half an hour or 15 minutes before the show, and then we just go. So sometimes we do a little research. Spoiler alert, I do have slides. If you're joining us live in the chat, which is another reason to follow us on all the social medias, and that way you'll know when we go live and when we change it. Karen sent me a text because she was worried because I probably should have, if I were organized, mentioned on Sunday that we were moving it to Thursday because I was in the park Tuesday night closing down and my mother, God bless her, was there until the very end, rolled out of the park at 11:30, which was awesome. But we got there Sunday and we went to Recycle the Magic, was the first thing we did, which is a new Disney antique-esque store. It's about 15 minutes north of the park. And I bought a pretty cool, I should have brought it in here, an older plastic Mickey bag tag for my golf bag that's pretty cool.
Oh,
nice. It was like $9, and I love that. But most of the stuff there was pretty expensive. I'll have a video out on it so you can see. It is definitely worth going to, but there wasn't much I could afford in there. They had a Reedy Creek Electric Department flag, like a mint condition, still folded, but it was like $600.
Oof.
But it was cool. It was Mickey like throwing lightning bolts. It was like ready kilowatt. I've got a couple water fountain reviews coming. Karen says I didn't do any water fountain reviews. Oh, they're not very big. Well, what does this little slider do? Oh, that's changing that. I don't want to do that. This is the kind of stuff you miss live, guys. There we go. That's better. But yeah, it was. I'm gonna lock that on. Did I see any display figures? They had some stuff. I'll have to go back through. I'll have to. Caleb's asking if we saw any display figures. They had some stuff that felt like that, and they had like a little mini plush mountain, but it wasn't quite the same. So I'll post that video and double check and see where they were. And yes, I have one topiary, Karen, that buries all the other ones. I mean, it is just spectacular to me. And I'll give you a hint. It's made out of succulents, which was awesome, and it's in Lou's favorite area. But the store is worth going to. We only spent about 20 minutes in there. I bought a couple. They had stuff. They had some stickers. They really had everything priced out. And then they had some stuff like they had a toy box that my mom she had as a kid in there up on a shelf. Like there was some stuff she had from the 50s, I guess, because she graduated in 69. So yeah, 50s when she was a kid. So that was pretty cool. We did that Sunday. Checked into All Star Sports. and then got up and we did Animal Kingdom on Monday morning, but just a half day. My mom just kind of wanted to see the park. We rode Flight of Passage and Navi River Journey, and we were going to eat at Flame Tree Barbecue and ended up skipping that, and then heading over to Epcot from there. Or I guess I went to Epcot. She went home, took a nap, and then met me back out later.
How was the
But
bus situation at the All Stars?
I drove, so I don't
Oh,
know.
smart, because we stayed at Pop Century one time, and we went to Disney Springs and came back, and the bus was full, the queue was full, and we were the only two people that got off.
Oh wow.
It was packed. No, it wasn't Pop Century. It was All Star Sports, and the bus driver was like, "I got room for two," and people were just, you could just see the rage in their face when he told them that. So I've
We
always heard
left.
the buses are pretty bad over there.
My mom was pretty excited because when we got into Magic Kingdom, the line for the monorail was all the way down, out to the parking lot, and no one was on the resort loop. So we just hopped on the resort loop, had a whole car to ourselves.
Nice.
She was like, "Why isn't everybody doing this?" And I'm like, "Don't tell the folks. It says resort loop. They probably think they can't." So but we did, and I have slides this week, so we can run through those. That'll probably help keep me organized. Look at that. Look at that transition, brand new on Ecamm. Flows right in. Um, so this one's cool, and I posted a reel because I'm using my mouse like you can see it, and I know you can't. But Maui's hook and Moana's paddle light up with LEDs through it at night, and it's really cool. So that's greeting you when you come in the park, and it's pretty awesome. Um, it, I it's funny, I guess if I told a friend, "Hey, I'm going to look at topiaries," they might think I'm crazy, but I really enjoy it. I think I put that back there now. I can't get it out. There, that's better. That was bothering me. Um, so that's coming in. It was definitely crowded, but not. Flower and Garden was okay. Magic Kingdom was really crowded, but I didn't have a problem with this. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to make that move now. Look at that. And so there's Figment on the other side of Epcot coming in, and he looked great. I guess I'll get to it. Yeah, Karen, as soon as we get off this, my oldest is home for spring break and has to go back tomorrow. So we're going to watch Moana 2 as soon as this is done. Little
Oh,
Phineas and
cool. That was all.
Ferb. Yeah, Karen, it just came out today, so that's exciting. Um, the park looked great. I mean, this one's always amazing, right? I mean, it just looks
Yeah,
incredible.
they do an
But
awesome job.
but you can see in the background, it's not crazy. And this was
Yeah,
over where the chalk drawings were. I just like monorails. I have a little bit of a problem with monorails. Encanto, Goofy. That's not a great picture, actually. We passed that. This was Inside and Out. I thought that was actually
oh yeah.
Spaceship Earth, but once I came around, it was Inside and Out. I really wanted to. I wanted to, and just ran out of steam and time. I really wanted to get like have night and day pictures of it, but I just did. I just can't do it. I need 2 days um, to get it done. I didn't see Agent P, but I realized there's a couple that I missed. So some Orange Bird that was over by Communicore Hall, and that took that because my kid is the biggest Orange Bird fan in the world. This is like show and tell. This is really good audio if you're listening right now. Um, our little bee friend, Spike the bee, who is the other. It seems like you got Figment for everything else, and then Orange Bird
And Spike.
and Spike for.
So don't they do a Spike like hunt? Don't they have like to do the homage, Emil's homage? Is there
Yes,
one for
and
is there one for
I
Spike?
I didn't look at. I saw it. I should have. It's again. I'm not much of a planner, guys. But they did have a we did flowers one year and you got something. One year got a little orange board cornhole. This year it was like a plastic watering can and they had
Okay.
4 different characters. One was Spike and one was Orange Bird. And if I get back before it's over, then I'll probably do a video on that. I just had to I only had a limited amount of time, so I kind of had to pick and choose what I was going to do. Here's Elsa and Anna. I mean, the topiaries are so incredible. I mean, it really is cool. And the park just looks, it's really when Epcot looks at its best.
Yes,
And
I agree.
and is it I feel like, as I say these things, that my favorite festival is whichever one I'm at or just left, right? Oh no, someone left that baby all by themselves. We should call someone. I hope someone found their child because Kermit's about to run him over. But when I was on the In and Out podcast with, I mean, France is always busy, but that's a lot of people there. With him, it was food and wine. Are you in or out? Is it the best festival? And I said yes because I'd just come back from it, and it was incredible. And I had such an incredible. Yeah, Karen, I can't figure out how to go backwards, and I meant to stop and say that Spike the Bee is in Communicore Hall, and it really did look pretty. If you look back, if you watch the video this Sunday, then you will you'll see Communicore Hall actually looks pretty good. Better than it normally does. Certainly better than Christmas. Christmas was weak, in my opinion.
Very weak.
Tinkerbell, which was my oldest favorite, so I have kind of a soft spot for Tinkerbell. Peter Pan, one of my favorite movies. I mean, and that one's been there for a long time. You really could probably, and it might not interest everyone, but I'd be fascinated to see how many of these have been there, for how long, what they've retired. I thought this was cool. The land kind of gave Moana a little love. There were a couple little different Moana displays within the land, which I like. And again, I know a lot of people don't love the IP in the parks, but I think it's tasteful and minor. It doesn't take anything away from the land to have that in there. And it gives kids something to look at. Not everybody's as fascinated by the fact that they use ladybugs or how Japan is using leaf clippings. I think it's awesome, but not everybody does. So anything to bring people in is good. I just thought that was a beautiful sunset pick. I mean, the flowers, the floating planters. I mean, Epcot really polish it up nice. It's pretty.
I told my wife it's eerily quiet when you get over there by Test Track, and you don't hear the cars swirling by.
It's weird. I took a picture. I didn't post it in here. It looks naked. They've kind of taken some of the patina, the paint, the finish off the outside, and it looks really strange just sitting there.
Huh.
Yeah, I've had meals twice over there by Test Track, and you're right. It is a little spooky. I don't think I got it lighting up, but I don't know if you can see this arrow or not, but those light up, and it's really cool. It's a great festival, and the topiaries, but this was awesome. It was awesome looking. It was awesome. I mean, all those little tiny succulents on there, and Takumi Te right behind it, just to make sure we can get some food in. But I thought that was really neat. That one, I don't remember seeing that before, and I thought that was pretty impressive. All right, so blazing through that, because I didn't think about when I was making these slides how boring it would be if you were listening. Hey, here you go. It just
imagine, if you will.
Imagine. Let me paint with words here for a little while. So I think most of the food. I think I did one other one. I get so full. Like, that's the trouble. I really, if there was only anyone
Anybody
who'd go with me. And my mom has some medical stuff where she can't eat all this stuff. Like, she has to eat really, really light. So it's, once again, just me stuffing my fat face going around the World Showcase. But I did do the, I'll tell you the name of it here in a minute, the garden craze or something to get the treat. They give you like about 10 things. You have to eat 5 of them and get a little stamp. And the first one was over at Beach Grub, which is over, if you're walking into the park heading towards Canada, the little cut through there where they've added that play area and ground, and with street corn. And this was really, really, really good. That started the day off right. I finished that. And a lot of times I end up just eating a few bites, but that was really, 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 really good. I would do that again in a heartbeat. These were conch fritters. It's interesting. So the conch fritters, and there's some lumpia coming up. They weren't quite crispy enough.
Mm.
And I would say that it felt like they were under a heat lamp, but I almost feel like they were air fried or baked even. And maybe I'm wrong, but something. So I lived in Key West, and even though conch fritters are kind of touristy, I love them. But they're supposed to be like a hush puppy, little greasy,
Yeah,
real crisp, hot on the inside, and they weren't bad. I ate all of these. I mean, they were good, but there was something askew. Something was just a
probably the
little
batter. Because I think
maybe
isn't hush puppy batter you use for conch fritters?
pretty much. I mean, that's really what it
Yeah,
is. You scoop it out, right? It's a big
yeah.
blob, and you just scoop and throw the whole thing in a fryer. And I think Disney went to all electric stoves, right? Like I don't think they use gas
Hmm.
anymore.
I don't think there's any gas. Yeah.
And I hope they're not trying. And yet they burn coal, or they burn coal dust to make power, which is clean, but still. Um, I I don't know. I felt like it needed to be fried more. Now the watermelon cucumber slushy behind it, that was the best thing I had. That was my most favorite thing. That and the orange bird slushy that comes in the sipper over at the Odyssey. But that watermelon cucumber slushy was it was perfect. This was and I didn't realize it. It was a vegan sausage and gravy, and it was really good. The biscuit was really heavy, so I ended up just eating the sausage off the top. And these little red guys, and I can't remember what they were. They were a little sweet, and delicious, but almost distracting from it. It was good. I probably wouldn't have it again, but the sausage was good, and the gravy had really good flavor. Lumpia,
Mm.
uh, and I love lumpia. We have a big Filipino community in this area, and I have a lot of Filipino friends, so I've had a lot of good lumpia. Um, yeah, Karen, that watermelon slushy was by far the best thing I had there. It was so good. Like they need to keep that on the menu, because it's perfect, just perfect. Um, the lumpia was okay. I didn't finish it. It wasn't bad, and it was vegan. I didn't know it was vegan, so that for a vegan dish, it makes it especially impressive. Um, all right, this was a
What
Jamaican beef patty.
what is in the cup?
I'll tell you, it's a parfait. It's a fruit
Okay.
parfait, um, and it was really really good. The beef patty, I've never had a Jamaican beef patty I liked ever, and yet I keep trying. Um, the sauce on it did not make much sense. Um, yeah, Karen, those little red guys, it wasn't pomegranate. I used them one year. I made this sounds so dumb. Every year for Christmas, I try to make something from a movie or a song. So I've made, sugar plums. I've made Christmas goose. I've done wassail. I've done everything from a song. And one year we made, if you watch Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase, if you look on the table, there's an asparagus tree, and apparently vegetable sculpture was a big deal in the 50s and 60s. And so I made this. They're little roasted red peppers or something, but they were kind of sweet, and I don't know. And so in saying that, this sauce on this beef patty made no sense at all. Like
Huh.
it didn't go with the dish. It was like an Asian sweet sauce. And even if I'd liked the beef Jamaican beef patty, and I'm not saying that it's not a good Jamaican beef patty, I'm just saying I don't like them. Um, I didn't think the sauce, it needed a different sauce. It was something was wrong. Now, the mango Dole Whip fruit parfait was pretty awesome. Had a little too much. Is it Tajin? It's a Mexican spice.
Oh, it's tahine.
Tajin, thank you. So it had a little too much of that on there for me. Like if you could have swirled it up, it'd been good. But it was, I ate that whole thing. The fruit was really fresh, and with the Dole Whip, That was really, and we had perfect weather. I mean, it couldn't have been any better. Um, these were fried octopus, almost like a fritter. They were really good, a little squishy, but they were really, really good. So the texture might get somebody. And I think this drink also spectacular. It's just so tiny. I need like a giant size. Was like a grape drink, and I think they'd had it at Food and Wine, but they added some boba to the bottom of it, and that was really refreshing as well. I would drink that again in a heartbeat because it was awesome. See, it didn't tell me, but this was like a, I don't even know what flavor because they didn't tell us, but some kind of swirl Dole Whip at the end, which was good. You know, it was fun, and I like being able to jump around. But I think that's it. I think that's all my slides. Yeah, I did it. I'm learning how to use slides. And again, if you're listening tomorrow, because I'll put this up tomorrow for audio, then you'll just be amazed at how good the slides were. But you know, you get 5 stamps, so you're buying 5 things, and we always buy a gift card and go around and then kind of eat my way around the World Showcase and enjoy that, and then get a little free treat at the end, which was awesome. And so, yes, they do have a Spike the Bee scavenger hunt. That's exactly what it is this year.
Okay, I knew they had something like that.
Yep. And it's fun. And look, you don't have to do it. If you just want the prize, you can just put the stickers on there and go back. But my kids like going hunting them down and looking for them and then doing the stickers correctly. And I think it costs $10, which is,
Yeah, it's not bad.
I didn't do it at Food and Wine because it was whatever, it was a stencil or something, and I didn't want it. So I didn't pay the $10. I kind of wanted the Orange Bird thing for my kid. I could do a whole show on my kid's Orange Bird collection. But if I go back, I'll do it again. But I mean, this runs for a good long time.
Yeah, it does till June.
If not all the way, pretty close. Let's see.
I did June 2nd, March 5th to June 2nd.
Yeah, I mean that's a long time.
I did see somebody on one of the Facebook pages. There's a Fruit Loop drink.
Yes, I saw that. They've had that. I feel like they've had that a couple of times.
That's what I thought.
It's like a milkshake, like a Fruit Loop milkshake, but I just can't eat it all.
Yeah,
like I really, maybe I'll try to go back down. We're going up to Philadelphia to see my son Roe. And so I don't know, Garden Gray's food stroll is what it was called. I don't know why. I should take notes. Maybe someday. But they had, we're going up to Philly next month, so I'm not sure how and when I'm going to Disney, but maybe if I go again, I'll figure something else to do to show because it's a long festival and it's awesome. I mean, because you could probably take 3 days and do it all. I mean, just to try to eat all that. I mean, it's a lot of food. I didn't even touch half the. I don't even think I filmed the menus at half the booths. It says you're supposed to get a packet of wildflower seeds. I didn't get any seeds. Huh. Well, that's disappointing. But I do love it. And I love the way Epcot, I mean, it's one of the things that makes the park so amazing is having these festivals that pop up. I mean, there's 4. I mean, there's definitely festivals more than there's not there now. Again, except now we don't eat at any of the restaurants like I want to. Like walking right by Nine Dragons makes me sad.
I've never ate there.
Oh, it's so good.
We keep talking about every time we go, we're going to try something new, and we do, but there's just so much to choose from. Trying to see. There's over 70 topiaries.
Yeah, Caleb, you're exactly right. It is. There's 4 of them. There were 4 different ones, and the only ones I really paid attention to, I saw Buzz because it was right or Spike the Bee because he was right in front of me, and then Orangeburg. And I didn't go in the butterfly garden. I saw it. It's over by the land. Um,
Hmm.
and I meant to go in. I stood there for like 15 minutes to get a video of the monorail because I was wait I because I have a pretty serious problem, and then I ended up going on Soarin', and then I forgot about it. I need a notebook. I need a notebook or a partner. These videos come back a lot better when my wife's there. Honestly, if I'm to be fair, not to knock myself, I enjoy what I do and I enjoy trying to do it, but yeah, it's better when she's there. She's a lot more organized than I am.
Have you heard anything about the Pirates Lounge?
It's still under construction, but it looked like they'd opened up a little more of the shop. So like last time when I was there, you came out and they put you hard left. There was none of it was
Yep.
open. Now
Yeah,
they
it
have
was
like
all.
a little narrow corridor. Maybe like 25% of the shop is back. So, but the other part's still behind the walls. We kind of Tiana was a very short wait at the Magic Kingdom.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we got in there. We did we missed rope drop. We got there, but forgot something in the car. So we just decided, oh, I know what we did. We rode the omnibus.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
That was awesome. I mean, that was really cool. I want to do it again and take a camera. Should get like Lisa Donato Glasser to go and to take pictures of all the legends
Oh, the
windows.
glass. Yeah,
Yeah. But we waited for that. I'd never done it, and that was really really cool. So now I kind of have the goal that I want to do all the car and then the horse and carriage too as well.
yeah, that'd be cool.
But that was a really really neat view of Main Street. I highly recommend that. It's just hard because in the morning you're trying to get something done, right? You're trying to get there early and bust out Peter Pan, or because that was the I think even at like 8 o'clock at night, um, Small World was still at like 45 minutes. It was insane. I didn't even know Small World had a turnstile. Like and that was when we were walking back. That was the shortest ride we found.
Wow.
It was crazy. People Mover was I think 25 when we rode it, and it moved really fast. It wasn't a 25-minute wait, but it was everything had a long wait. Pirates was over 40 minutes all day long.
That's a that's a busy day there.
Yep. So we did some stuff during the day, and then we ate at Liberty Tree Tavern.
Oh, not a bad meal because Thanksgiving year round.
It was awesome. It was really really good, but it was so heavy.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I mean, it was some of the best pot roast I've ever had. I mean, it was really really good pot roast, and the turkey and the pork was fantastic. Good macaroni and cheese, the some kind of coffee toffee something cake for dessert, which
Hmm.
was incredible. But I mean, I walked out of there weighing about 45 pounds more than when I walked in.
Well, we weren't smart. We went one Thanksgiving and ate that at noon, and then had the rest of the day at the park. We're like, "What are we going to do? This was not the
Right.
brightest idea."
I'm gonna go take a nap and watch football.
Yeah, exactly.
But it really was. It was a cool restaurant. I mean, it kind of reminds me of here because we have Williamsburg and Yorktown. I mean, we have a lot of that history was right here where we are. So it kind of felt we have some like taverns up in Williamsburg that it felt very much like that, but beautiful inside and opened in 1971. So definitely an original. And that was the first time we'd done that. So that was really really cool. And so we did that, and then kind of left, took a little nap, and then came back at like 6 ish and thought, let's just see how much we can get done between, in 4 hours basically.
Yeah.
So we rode, Carousel of Progress. We got on Small World and waited. Haunted Mansion went down to 13 minutes. No,
Oh,
Corinne, I did.
walk on.
What's that?
That's the year as your walk on.
Yep. But we missed it. It was 25 by the time we got there. Still moved fast. Then we walked over to and hit Pirates on the way out. So we got some,
You got a good bit done.
yeah, we got some stuff done.
Did
I
you?
mean,
You didn't do lightning lane or nothing?
nope, no Lightning
Nope.
Lane. And here's the deal. Like I love the planning, right? And there's always some complaint, but if you try to buy Lightning Lane day before, you save your money. Because if we'd have bought it after going to Epcot and seeing how busy it was going to be, I was like, "You want to splurge and do it?" My mom's like, "Yeah, let's just pay and do it." So I went to go buy it, and everything the earliest I could get was like 625. So we would have had some lightning lanes, but I think we got the same things done. Tiana was
Yeah,
actually only 20 minutes in the morning when we got on it,
that's
and
crazy.
and that was at like 9:15, 9:30. So people were not on Tiana right away. But I'm not against Lightning Lane. It would have been $70 for the two of us. It was $35 a piece, which zoinks, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's a lot. Um, but
I
I
think
felt,
going with my daughter, I'm not gonna buy them this time. We're just gonna wing it and see what we can ride.
I mean, I don't want to wait an hour and a half in line, but we honestly had a 2 hour wait. It was just how it happened, and we waited 2 hours for Flight of Passage, and my oldest was over it, but ended up meeting a pen pal in line. And then when you're done, like that was spectacular. Like that was worth the wait, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't do it, and it was fine. We had a great day. Again, I'm going back, right? I mean, and even my mom's coming. She's coming back. We're going as a whole family in June.
Oh, cool.
So you can kind of have that attitude of like, well, we'll do it next time. But if you don't have that luxury, it could be a long day and some long lines
Right.
depending on that time of year. It's tough.
Yeah, I was talking to my Disney travel agent friend, and she was booking my stuff, and she goes, "You want any dinner reservations or anything?" I was like, "No, we're just gonna go with the flow." She's, "You're becoming a regular. You get what you can get done and come back later." I was like, "Yeah, pretty much."
Yeah, which is nice, right?
Yep.
I realize I do have to renew my annual pass when I get
I
off
just
here.
renewed mine.
Do you do the photo pass on yours?
Yep, I did it
Yeah.
this time. I didn't do it last time, but we take a lot of photos, so
Me too. I like the photo pass. Yeah. I mean, see, Karen says the same thing. She's met a lot of wonderful people in line. I mean, it's
yeah.
kind of part of the experience.
Hmm.
When we went after COVID, there were no lines, and we were there the first day the park reopened, and it was awesome but weird, right? It was very strange. It had a very, very different energy.
It was that way for a long time. I felt like,
So I like it a little chaotic. Um,
yeah,
makes it fun. Makes it you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what you're going to get. Big Thunder was closed down, so that's a lot of people in other places that weren't in that
hmm
line. Um, my mom didn't want to ride Space Mountain or
Tron.
Tron.
I think those two have picked up where Big Thunder's left off because last couple of times we've walked through that area, Space Mountain's been hour and a half.
Yeah, I don't think I saw anything over 90 minutes. I feel like something might have popped to 120 for a little while, and that was it. So, I mean, if you're doing it once, if it's your one-time trip from whenever, then hour and a half in line isn't that bad. Sometimes the line is the ride, right? The
Yeah,
way they've
that's very
designed
true.
those queues, it's what you're supposed to do is go enjoy those. Well, I mean, that's all. That's all I got for this week. Unless you got something else you want to jump in.
No, I was like, well, we did kind of a little bit of planning. I texted you earlier in the week and said, "What are we talking about?"
That's
So
true.
like, yeah, let's talk about news and flower and garden, but that's all I had.
And then next week, barring any incident, we'll finally get Moose on to talk
Okay.
about collecting, real collecting, not just me grabbing some stuff. That's the one thing. It's funny they did have that carousel popcorn bucket, and I can't decide like, do I really like these things, or have I just been influenced by everyone else that I feel
Well,
like I need to have every single thing.
my wife doesn't normally go after popcorn buckets, but she went after this one.
It's pretty
So,
cool.
and it lights up.
Yeah, turn it on.
And then of
See,
course she, yeah, that was like we got into the park, got to Magic Kingdom, and she's like, popcorn bucket, and I went straight to the hub, and they had plenty of them there, and I was like, wow. But you should. There was several people had 4 or 5 of them around their neck.
I I get it. I have what do we have? We have a Millennium Falcon one over there, and then I have a Steamboat Willie one that I really like, and that's in our kitchen, and that's pretty good. But I've tried with all my heart to avoid collecting popcorn buckets and pins. I refuse to trade pins. I just don't want to get started, and I
My
love them.
youngest does it. She loves it. She does it every time we go. She goes to the cast members
Oh
and
yeah.
trades with them, and she loves it. And she'll go back. Like we went to Wilderness, and she did some at the registration desk, and she went back at night to see if the ones that she traded in, if somebody else grabbed them and what they left. And,
Now, I'm not
yeah,
against it either. Like I don't have strong opinions like you shouldn't do it. I'm
right.
just trying to protect my pocketbook. We
Oh yeah, she's in the rabbit hole.
yeah, my Orangeburg kid gets all the Orangeburg pins, and then each kid buys a pin. Well, I buy a pin every year for them to commemorate the year. So we
That's
have
cool.
one thing with pins from when they started, but it's only one a year, not trying to get a bunch of them. And same with the popcorn buckets. Even though I sit there and just kind of stand at the hub at the popcorn place and just shake violently because I want to go buy it so badly. But I'm really trying to clear. I mean, what is behind me is nothing compared to the stuff that's in my house. And
I look around the room of mine. I've got Star Wars, and I've got golf art everywhere, and
well, I mean, look, I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to think about what's going to make it to the next house, right? So, like my buddy
gotcha.
says, if you love it, take a picture of it and move on. And if you really want it 6 months later, then you can go find it, right? Like if I
Yeah.
really have to have that carousel popcorn bucket, I'm sure it'll be on
Oh,
eBay.
eBay.
And even if I pay a little more for it, who cares, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Caleb says he had a nerdy turtle sipper from Disneyland and a Main Street Electrical Parade 50th anniversary. Yeah, that's a pretty cool popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having that. But I just don't have any place to put it anymore. I mean we'll talk a little more about it next week about what I have what I like the prized possessions I have. There are some things that I think like my buddy sent me his 1975 map and I framed that in a huge frame and I love it. And I really like some of the stuff that D23 puts out. That
Mhm.
one one of those Mickeys, I think that one, the silver one they put out a couple years ago. I love. It's one of my favorite things I have.
I've got some. My mom has found some old school Mickey toys, like an alarm clock and statues and stuff, and she'll give them to me. And I'll share some of those next week. But one of the best things, it's an old school, looks like a book, but it's all Mickey short cartoons.
Ah.
It's like from like 1943 or something. I was like, I'll make sure I keep that.
Karen, I actually wore my floating chute at Disney. So technically, this is my son's room, but he's in college. So I'm converting it to more Disney than what he had. But he likes Jordans, and so he has this for Christmas. He got this magnetic floating shoe display, which I took the shoe down because I wore it. I don't have any cool shoes. I just have regular shoes. So I just put a shoe in there because it's kind of weird to see it float around behind. Um, yeah, I did have, and I don't know where it is, or my grandmother bought me when I was a kid a Zorro watch, the box and
Oh no,
everything. Man, it's worth a fortune now, and I have no idea what happened to it. But I do say, I mean, I have some stuff, man. I have trash from 1985 that means something to me. I mean, I am very sentimental about a lot of things. I have every picture my kids ever drawn. They're in Tupperware containers in the attic.
oh yep, we've got that too.
And all I'm doing is making a hard job for them when they die or when I die. When I die, it's going to take them like 3 dumpsters because they don't want it. Nobody wants it, right? I have a lot of stuff nobody wants. Um, but I just can't bring myself to get rid of it, right? It means something to me. And I'm not really materialistic. I don't think any of it's worth anything. But it's just something. There's things I love, and I'm not ready to give them up. All right, what you got new on mouse gears, Andrew?
I've got another video coming out this week. It's a cake bake shop from where we went
Ooh,
over the winter. Just editing that, and that'll be it.
how's the editing going? Having fun?
Yeah, I'm learning it. It's every time I edit, I try something new to see if it works. If not, I save it from where I started and go back through it. But now it's getting easier. It's getting easier for me.
Yeah, Karen, do that. If Caleb, Andrew, anybody, if you've got stuff that you collect, send me some pictures and I'll make slides out of them. Which is another reason to tell your friends to join us live, so you can see all this amazing stuff that I'm putting up there. If sorry, now I'm going to your channel to watch your video. I think so. Again, this Sunday I'll have the video up for Flower and Garden, so you can see how that was for yourself. I've actually thought, like I said earlier, about starting another channel that's just some tech stuff, because I think it messes up your algorithm if you start throwing just everything together.
Yeah.
I mean, but mostly Disney covers a lot. It stays on brand. But if I start throwing tech videos up, the tech people don't want to see Disney and vice versa. So I'm not sure. Do I really need to add one more thing to my list of stuff to do? We'll see. Well, cool. Well, we are right. Squirrel. That's exactly. Are you using are you using Filmora?
Yeah, Filmora. Yep.
So I haven't used Premiere either, and I'm a little afraid of it. Brad Radis asked. I started to switch to another software when I got the Mac, because I felt like I was outgrowing Filmora and I wanted to do more. But then I realized what I really just wanted was easy. It was really just some of the, like, Filmora does everything I need to do, because I'm really just maybe some transitions and putting videos together to make it sort of pretty. But I felt like I'd outgrown the titles and stuff. I wanted some more exciting, words and letters and lower thirds and everything. But I mean, our lower thirds here, I made those in Filmora. I just took a circle thing they had, made a Mickey out of it, and then I like that font. So I haven't used Premiere. I've thought about it, and then I just don't know if I have time to learn something new. So I'm sticking with Filmora for now. Plus, I paid for it for a year, and their Premiere assets. So until I get my money out of that, I'll be sticking with it. And then I'm going to try to overpost for the next week with all the pictures and videos I took over the last couple of days. Let me know if you guys have any ideas for videos for me to do in the parks, because I am starting to struggle with creativity and what to do, and to make this channel a little more than just me sharing how much I love Disney, which I will do forever. But I'd like to make it better for everybody who watches. And I know Caleb has plenty of topics for us for podcast shows, but there's something you'd like to hear Andrew and I talk about, or get a guest on, or somebody who wants to be on, let us know. You can either direct message me on any social media, or it's Tater at butmostlydisney.com. You can go to butmostlydisney.com. I have some shirts that they may or may not send you. Andrew, yours is coming. I've still got to figure out some copyright issues. And again, maybe this week I'll finally start my contest of if you find errors in spelling or dates. I had a friend text me last week. Are you going live Wednesday or Tuesday? Because your date says one thing and your day of the week says another. So these are the kinds of things that I screw up on a regular basis. So feel free to point them out. It does not hurt my feelings. And if I'm doing something right, let me know. Doing something wrong, let us know. Whatever we can do to make it better.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Again, if you go to mostlydisney.com at the bottom, and if you'd like to go to Disney, let me know. We can do a no obligation free quote for you through MEI Mouse Fan Travel, of which I am a affiliated partner. So I'd love to plan your trip, or someone cruises, Germany, Alaska, Antarctica, whatever you want to do, we can figure it out. And if I can't, I'll find someone who can. So I guess that's all I got. Till next week. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. And we will see you then.
Have a good night.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks again.
See ya.